In the bustling streets of Chicago during the Prohibition era, Elliot Ness and his team, known as the Untouchables, are determined to bring down the notorious gangster Al Capone. As they gather intelligence, Ness meticulously outlines their strategy, confident in their ability to expose Capone's illegal liquor empire. The stakes are high, and with each raid they conduct, the tension in the air thickens as they inch closer to dismantling Capone's operations. With each successful raid, the evidence against Capone mounts, but so do the threats against Ness and his team from the powerful crime syndicate. Determined not to back down, Ness rallies his agents, reminding them of their mission to uphold the law and protect the citizens of Chicago. As the investigation intensifies, Ness employs unconventional tactics, leveraging public support to shine a light on Capone's criminal empire. The relentless pursuit leads to a climactic confrontation where Ness and his team finally gather enough evidence to secure a grand jury indictment against Capone. As the day of the trial arrives, the tension in the courtroom is palpable, with both sides aware that this case could change the landscape of organized crime forever. With eloquence and conviction, Ness presents the evidence, detailing the extensive criminal activities that Capone has orchestrated for years. As the trial progresses, Capone's defense team attempts to discredit key witnesses, but Ness remains undeterred, bolstering their testimonies with undeniable facts. In a pivotal moment, Ness uncovers a hidden ledger during the trial that explicitly details Capone's illicit transactions, turning the tide in their favor. The discovery of the ledger sends shockwaves through the courtroom, instantly transforming the atmosphere and energizing Ness and his team. As the prosecution's case strengthens, the walls begin to close in on Capone, who realizes his empire is on the brink of collapse. With the weight of the evidence mounting, Capone's defense crumbles, and whispers of a guilty verdict ripple through the courtroom like wildfire. Finally, the jury delivers their verdict, guilty on multiple counts, signaling a monumental victory for Ness and his relentless quest for justice. In a pivotal moment, Ness receives a crucial tip about a hidden informant within Capone's circle, someone who could turn the tide in their favor. Arranging a covert meeting, Ness feels a mix of excitement and anxiety, aware that this informant could provide game-changing information about Capone's operations. As they exchange information, the informant reveals shocking details about Capone's illicit activities, including a hidden stash that could lead to a major breakthrough. With the newfound intelligence, Ness mobilizes his team for a swift operation, knowing that every second counts in their race against Capone's men. As they approach the stash's location, Ness strategizes their entry, ensuring each team member knows their role in the high-stakes operation. With a signal from Ness, the team breaches the entrance, adrenaline surging as they enter the darkness of the warehouse in search of the hidden goods. Inside, they discover crates filled with illegal liquor and arms, a treasure trove of evidence that could cripple Capone's operations. Just as they start to secure the evidence, an alarm blares, signaling that Capone's men are onto them, and a fierce confrontation ensues. As the gavel falls, the courtroom erupts in a mixture of cheers and disbelief, marking the end of Capone's reign and a new beginning for law enforcement. In the aftermath, Ness reflects on the journey, aware that while one battle has been won, the war against organized crime is far from over. Determined to continue his fight, Ness prepares for the next steps, knowing that the dismantling of Capone's empire is just the beginning of a larger mission. As he assembles his team for a strategy meeting, Ness emphasizes the importance of their work, inspiring them with his unwavering commitment to justice. With renewed motivation, Ness leads his team into the heart of Chicago's underworld, determined to expose more hidden allies of Capone and disrupt their operations. As they gather intel from informants and locals, the network of Capone's allies begins to unravel, revealing a web of corruption that extends into the highest levels of government. Each piece of information sparks new leads, pushing Ness and his team further into a labyrinth of secrecy where danger lurks at every corner. As the stakes rise, Ness realizes that to truly dismantle the syndicate, they must infiltrate their operations from the inside, risking everything for the greater good. Preparing for this high-stakes mission, Ness recruits trusted allies, knowing that loyalty and courage will be essential to unraveling the crime syndicate. As dusk falls, the team positions themselves near the syndicate's suspected stronghold, hearts racing with anticipation of what lies ahead. With signals set and adrenaline pumping, Ness gives the command to move in, determined to confront the criminal empire head-on. As they breach the stronghold, a tense silence envelops the team, knowing that one wrong move could cost them everything. Suddenly, A noise echoes from within, shattering the stillness as they encounter a group of armed guards, triggering an immediate confrontation. In a swift and decisive move, Ness shouts orders to his team, transforming the standoff into an organized tactical response against the guards. The air crackles with tension as the first shots are fired, creating a chaotic scene that tests both courage and resolve.